Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Tania Latson. Oh, man. Heading to South Carolina. That's right. Nation's leading scorer. She did end up leading, right? I didn't just like have a brain freeze, right, where she dropped to number 2. She led the nation in scoring. She has left FSU, and she is on her way to South Carolina. This is absolutely wild. This is absolutely wild that this is what's happening. I mean, hey, ladies, you got to stop. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop. Because I tell you what this is. This is ring chasing. And the ring chasing has got to stop. Y'all got to spread out and go to other teams. Right? We say, yes, and she is. I was like, wait, why am I second guessing myself? Yes, Nason's leading scorer transfers to South Carolina. Scoring was an issue for the Gamecocks this season, and Coach Dawn Staley addressed that in a big way. Well, Dawn is very old school. If she doesn't have a dominant big, they're in trouble. She's To me, Dawn is a much more of, she's kind of what Cheryl Swoops, I think, hoped she would have been if she was well, I'll say better human. Maybe that's not fair, but, and I've said this all the time, this isn't about these coaches. It's not about women. It's the women's game. It's in the men's as well. There are two very different roles for a head coach in college basketball and college football because they're the two biggest sports, right? There's the recruiter, the salesman, and then there's the actual coach. And I think, and they're not going to be equal in them, right? They're simply not. I mean, some are going to be really good at both, but I think Dawn Staley is a much better recruiter than she is actual game coach. I don't think she really develops her players. I think she brings in a ton of talent, puts them into an old school vanilla offense, and just lets that talent win games. So it's going to be interesting to see Latson come into a program like South Carolina, where Dawn Staley has never developed a high level guard. Even having been one, she's never there. Who are the guards? Who are the guards that have come out of South Carolina and having awesome WNBA careers? So Latson is chasing the ring, heading to South Carolina. She averaged 25.2 points per game last season. Well, here it says, I don't, man, I should have gone to the official stats page because here we're saying 25.2 and down here it's saying 24.9. Uh, but yeah, but South Carolina, I think they were 15th in the nation in points scored. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I think this is just some of her highlights here, but the rich are getting richer, folks. That's kind of what we've got going on here. So, I mean, let me go ahead and I want to read this to you. Let me stop this. I've got the list I want to go down quickly. I think this was the rosters we just had, right? We've got South Carolina, we've got Pitts, Fegan, Hall, Johnson, Papau, Edwards, Bauda, McDaniel, Malaysia, all 5-star recruits, folks. 9 5-star recruits. And Tessa Johnson, a 4-star recruit who's ranked 25th by ESPN. 5-star recruits were 1 through 24. 10 of the top 25 at South Carolina. And UConn was just one, right? Strong, Chen, Fudd, Beckers, Brady, Griffin, Zeibel, Jade, Arnold. Is the charm? The charm, I think. Morgan Chile, all 5-star recruits. Then Alfie from Egypt, so we didn't have one. And then Chen Samuels, 4-star recruits. Now I actually have here one of these ladies here on here as a 5 and a 4, so I'm not sure. But that just gives you an idea of what's going on. And so now we have created, and I think a lot of this is the narrative around Caitlin Clark, because It's all that the Hatelens have is, well, she didn't win a ring in college. As if anyone but them give a crap. As if anyone ever gave a crap on the men's side. It's never talked about. I mean, if you're talking specifically about college careers, maybe, but when you're talking about players, it's just simply never talked about. Right here, ring chasing to a U that never recruited you in the first place. Wild. So we got a lot of that stuff. SC needs some defense. Offense won't help. Uh, Chasing a ring like Angel Reese. Um, how much you getting paid? Yeah, KD going to the Warriors. Yeah, and there were a couple other. He said the media tells me I have to win a ring in order to be mentioned. Weird. Yeah, so that's kind of going back to what I'm saying about the Caitlin Clark stuff. Ring chasers in the National College Basketball League. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what's happening. So you have South Carolina is absolutely loaded. Going to be loaded next year. UConn's going to be loaded next year. It's the same old boring stuff. And I'm telling you, people simply are not tuning in for this stuff anymore. They don't want to watch it. But thought this was important. A lot of people talk about why didn't she get love? I did a video on Latson and it didn't do very well. So y'all lied to me wanting to be hearing about Tania Latson. Okay, well here's another one for you. So hopefully you're checking this out. But yeah, she's headed to South Carolina. The rich get richer. Next year's final probably South Carolina and UConn. Maybe put some money on that now. Well, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on Latson's transfer to South Carolina in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.